my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman & Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law, so please subscribe to our channel. If you're charged with domestic violence and you got court dates coming up, you've been instructed to go to court by the court, and they're saying, come on in, you've got this charge. What you're supposed to do is, first and foremost, you got to call your lawyer. You got to call your lawyer because what ends up happening is that the court has a whole schedule set up, a schedule of things that are going to go on in your domestic violence case. Some of those things, they may be simple things like the arraignment that originally gets a case going. But then there may be more complicated things. The court, for example, might set up a pretrial, and that's a very crucial meeting between yourself as a defendant, your counsel, the prosecutor, and ultimately the judge, as all this group of people figure out what's going on in this case. Do we have options in this case? Do we have to try this case? Can we settle this case? If we can settle this case, what are the alternatives? Are we going to do a plea bargain? What's the effect of that plea bargain? All these things are discussed during pretrial conferences, and that's why they're crucial. So if you are charged with a domestic violence case and you've got to go to court, don't go it alone, because you're not going to be any better at doing my job than I would be at doing your job. You're a computer programmer. You know how good I would be at programming a computer? You might be a truck driver. How good would I be at doing that? I would not be any good at those things. Why? Because I have no training. I have no knowledge. I have no experience. Just because the law says that in some cases a person can represent themselves, that doesn't mean that you should. You can represent yourself if you know how. If you're a lawyer, I suppose you could. There's an old expression, though, that even lawyers should not represent themselves. Why? Because it is said that a lawyer who represents himself has an idiot for a lawyer and a jackass as a client. That's the expression, or the derivation thereof. So therefore, even lawyers don't want to represent themselves. So just because you can doesn't mean you should. So if you're charged with a domestic violence and instructed to go to court, got to get your lawyer involved and have your lawyer go through these crucial processes, because if he does, the odds of you getting a favorable result are dramatically better. There's unfortunately no way to cut these things short and to take shortcuts on them. Go through the process, you and your lawyer will work it out, and if you do it that way, your odds of a great result are significantly improved. If you have any questions about that, reach out. We'll be glad to help you out.